Hey everybody, this is Josh Ford running for the 2018 U.S. Senate seat against Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts. A few days ago, I was invited to a debate online from the Green News Network, and it worked out really great. We had about 400 viewers, and we had people from different aspects talking about where we go with the progressive movement from here. There was Bernicrats, I was an independent, there was Green Party people, and it went on for almost about 2 hours. So, I mean, people just talking things out and working things through, and that's the way it's supposed to be in a democracy. And it was great the way it worked out. Unfortunately, the audio didn't take so well during this debate, so I'm here to tell you about what happened myself. So first off, I wanted to thank everybody that took part in the debate and the Green News Network for bringing us all together, because it was interesting talking to everybody. And, you know, we talked about Bernie Sanders, and, you know, we agreed, even the Bernicrat agreed, that there are issues with Bernie that he should have done, could have done better, and, you know, the Bernicrat said no matter what, live or die, he's going to follow Bernie. And, you know, I give him credit for that. You know, he believes what he believes in. I feel that isn't quite the way to go. We need to focus on electing a new Congress. We need independents and third-party candidates. The sooner we elect a new Congress, the better off all our lives are going to be. And even the Bernicrat could understand that, you know, how do you cherry-pick congressmen that have been there for decades now, under the oligarchy? None of them come out and scream about it and warn you and try to tell you, oh my God, the oligarchy's here, they're making me do this week. No, they don't do that because they work for the system. They're part of the system. Our elections are rigged for their benefit, so they make big bucks. So why would they screw it up, right? For us to win, for us to take our country back, we're going to have to fight the election fraud and the voter rigging. And we're going to have to do that together as a people. And we're also not just politically going to have to take action. We have to financially take action. We have to stand against companies that support the war industry. One of the big parts of the oligarchy is the military-industrial complex, and they control our country. They're part of it. So if we stop buying products from like GE and Raytheon and, you know, all these other companies that produce war, that's what our country does now. We're at war, and it's perpetual, and it's not going to end anytime soon if we don't change things, if we don't elect a new Congress. So that was agreed upon. People thought that that was pretty much a given. We need a new Congress. Now, before I continue about the debate, today I was watching a video from Redacted Tonight. And it was talking about how net neutrality was under attack again. Now, if you don't know what net neutrality is, it's how freedom will be run over the internet. It allows Comcast and whoever's you get your service provider from to choose who they're going to give better service to. Now, because we live in, unfortunately, a corrupt, propaganda-driven society, CNN's going to be given top-of-the-line DSL network, and they're going to bring you lies faster than you've ever believed possible. But the people that are actually trying to bring you some honest, truthful media, from Redacted Tonight, H.A. Goodman, you know, sources like that, you know, independent media that are trying to bring you what's really going on around in the world, what's going on in Syria, what's going on in the Middle East, rather than just telling you the best sales right now are going on at Walmart. So if you want real news, if you want the truth about what's going on in this country, if you want to be able to fight back against corporations that are running our country, then you have to stand up against this new Net Neutrality Act. It's actually called the Internet Freedom Act. And if that doesn't piss you off, I don't know what does. Because basically, they put a new spin on it, they put a new name on it, And they try to make it seem like, oh gosh, anyone that stands against internet freedom is a bad guy. Guess what? I'm standing against it because I don't care what you call it, it's wrong. You cannot stop the free press and free media. Corporations are trying to stop the last grip the American people have on restoring freedom and democracy. The future of rebuilding democracy depends on the internet. All our freedoms, all our hopes for a better future for us and our children depend on the internet. So, let me tell you, back to the debate. The one thing we all agreed upon, it was an absolute across the board, whether it was independent, Bernicrat, Green Party members. The most important thing to us, the only thing that truly mattered to all of us, was the future for our kids. One of us was even afraid to have kids because he was afraid of what kind of world he was going to bring them into. And that really ticked me off because no one should have to be afraid that our government is that freaking scary that they can't even bring kids into this world because of what might happen. Let that sink in. He's too afraid to have kids because of what will happen because of our government. That's how corrupt our government is. 9/11 was the day our government attacked the American people. Now, I know not everyone agrees with that, but that wasn't a decision, a conclusion I came to the very next day or the very next year. I came to that conclusion after years and years now of seeing new evidence. From firefighters to engineers, our country was attacked by our own government to get us into war, and that war has continued now to this day. So until we step up and take back our country, and it starts here by continuing the fight for a free and fair internet. So when you call your congressman after you see this video, you tell them the one thing that matters to all of us is the future of our kids. You tell them, you call Elizabeth Warren, and you tell her Josh Ford is coming for her. And if they continue to mess with our kids, hell's coming with me. Because no one in this country is going to allow you to take the last bit of freedom from us and to put our kids into corporate slavery. Democracy, the point of our democracy, was to make it so that violence was not necessary. We would find a peaceful solution, and we would sit down every couple of years, and we would have an election, and we would elect the best person for the job, the best person to oversee all of us, not the 1%, not the oligarchy, not Comcast, not the military-industrial complex, not ExxonMobil, not Shell. It's about the people, all of us together, making all of our lives better. That hasn't happened in a long time. I know to beat Elizabeth Warren, like I said, I'm going to have to fight the election fraud, and I'm going to fight her on it. Those of you that support me, get ready, because it's going to be a long, hard fight. The easy way, there were two choices when I started running for the U.S. Senate. I said the only way to take back our country is either going to be with a rifle or with a pen in my voice. I decided that the best thing I could do for my family, and your family, and our kids' futures is to fight with everything I had politically, knowing that everything is rigged against me. But I knew I could inform people and make a difference, and through a fight like I can't even imagine, and it's been astronomical already, and we're not even close to the election in 2018. It's been difficult and a struggle, but it's worth it, because it's worth it for my kids, and it's worth it for your kids, and I'm not going to stop. So you call Elizabeth Warren, you call your congressman, you tell them, put an end to this attack on net neutrality, or else we're coming for them, one way or another. They can give us back our freedom politically, or they can face the repercussions that are almost assuredly to happen from people that are left with no option. JFK warned you. He said, when you leave people no other option but violent revolution, that's what you're going to get. I want to do this peacefully. I want to do this politically. I want to oust Elizabeth Warren. I want to see the end of her. I want to see the end of the two-party corrupt system. And I want to make this world better for all of us. And we can do that by standing together, standing for a free and open internet, and putting an end to this disgrace of an attack on Americans' freedom. So let's do this together. This is Josh Ford running for the U.S. Senate in Massachusetts in 2018 for the future of rebuilding democracy. It's our future, it's our democracy, and what we do matters for our kids. So get ready to take action.